Is it too late to start a new YouTube channel in 2020? Yes. Yes, I'm sorry. It is far too late. There's no hope for you. Just kidding. Don't let anybody tell you that it's too late to start a new YouTube channel in 2020 or 2021 or later than that, because it's nonsense. If you want to know how to start your channel now, how to be effective at implementing strategies to grow your channel, then stick around to the end of the video because you're not going to want to miss any of this awesome content. Hey everyone, what is up? My name is 𝗬𝗵𝘃, and on this channel, my goal is always to hit my mark and to help you hit your mark on YouTube as well. If you're new here, welcome. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, and that way you're not going to miss out on any of this great content in the coming months. So we're talking today about the fact that so many people seem to think that now it's too late to start a YouTube channel, and it's such nonsense. I see it all the time from people saying that, well, you know, it was a good time 10 years ago, or you should have gotten started 5 years ago. But you know what? YouTube is still really, really young, and there's no reason that you can't start a channel now. I remember years ago having a conversation with somebody who I was talking to about business and talking about competition in your field and competitors in the area. And he made a point that has always stuck with me to this day, that it doesn't matter how much saturation there is in a field. If you can provide a quality and a service to somebody that at least matches the quality of somebody else, but you can just find little ways to make yours a little bit more different or stand out or a little bit better, there's always room for another competitor in the field. And competition is a healthy thing as well, as long as it's not taken to the extreme. So when you start your YouTube channel, yeah, you're up against thousands or hundreds of thousands or millions of other people within the same niche, but that does not mean that you should not start your channel or create your content. Now, this year has been a very strange year with a lot of events happening in the world that have caused a number of issues for a lot of people. But at the same time, in terms of YouTube, it's actually been, I think, one of probably the most powerful years for growth because of the fact that so many people were at home. It has led to a lot of channels kind of blowing up. And I want to talk today about why this is especially important for you as a female content creator to really pay attention to, because in the past, historically, when you look at YouTube as a whole, yes, there have been some very popular female content creators, no question. It's not as if there haven't been any, but historically, YouTube has been more of a male-dominated space. And one of the reasons that I have come to believe that female content creators are really blowing up now is for a few reasons. One, the quality has improved vastly for so many people, and males and females alike. And as a female content creator, there's so many talented individuals who are making amazing videos, amazing content. They're providing value. They're doing it in an entertaining way. There's a lot of really funny women as well. Very talented people creating a product that people really like, okay? Now in the past, because YouTube has been such a heavily dominated male space, and I'm not, you know, knocking anyone one way or the other, but men, and you guys know this, typically are like squirrels a lot of the time, right? And like whoosh, you know, and you know, oh, I'm focused on this, and oh, now I got to look here, and oh, I'm gonna look there, and that's why it can get so frustrating as a content creator when you know people are like coming in and like they say, oh yeah, I can't wait for your video, and they get like 42 seconds in and they're like, you know, bouncing around and they're like, oh, I got to do something, like, you know, It's difficult. Now I'm going to show you on the screen right now some really interesting information that I have discovered that I was like, this makes total sense to me, why female content creators are blowing up now like never before. And I've been seeing this happen with a lot of channels that like 6 months, 9 months, 10 months ago, less than a year ago, only had a few thousand subscribers, and now they're just exploding to hundreds of thousands of subscribers. So obviously I've seen this happen with Catherine Manning. There's some other channels that have essentially completely copied her channel and formula, and they're doing the same thing. Now, kudos to them for growing their channel, and it'd be nice to see, you know, people try to do it, you know, maybe with their own sense of style. But I suppose if you see something that works and you want to just copy it, you know, more power to you. But I've seen it happening in that sense with other channels copying that formula. Sorry about that, sirens. And I've seen it happening on other channels too. So there's a channel which is like a comedy scammer channel where this girl named Rosie, it's IRL Rosie, and probably a lot of you know her. She calls scammers and she basically prank calls them. And I remember when she got started, like her channel just like, after a few months, her channel just like exploded out of nowhere. I mean, I don't know where she's at now because I haven't checked in a while, but her first few months she was in, she reached like hundreds of thousands of subscribers. And then I remember the last check-in I did, I think she was at like about 400,000 or something like that. She's probably way beyond that now at this point. But my point is that as a female content creator, you have something going for you that's very powerful that the guys don't have, okay? And on the screen, I'm showing you the statistics of my male to female ratio for my audience. And this has changed a lot over time, right? When I started YouTube, I had about like 90% guys for the first forever, like a long time, and like 10% women. And over time, I've brought in a lot more women and less guys, but I still have about 2/3 guys, 67% or so is guys, and about 33% is female. Now, one of the reasons that I am hopeful to grow more of a female side to my channel as well is because if you look at the data right there on the screen, if you look at the statistics, the females comprise a smaller portion of my audience, and yet they comprise a larger overall portion of my view time and watch time. Now, why is this powerful? Okay, think about it. YouTube, historically male dominated, now it's becoming a place where these amazing female content creators have a voice, and hundreds of thousands of women who weren't maybe as comfortable with the guy channels before, or maybe didn't fit in or feel like they had a place where they could go and express thoughts and opinions. Now they have a female to relate to them, and that is powerful. Okay, so imagine this. You're looking at the data and you see that, hey, my audience is 33% female, but they're watching 30 or 40 seconds more per video on average. Does that sound like a lot? No, I mean, you look at it on paper, you're like, well, okay, it's 30 seconds of view, who cares? Imagine 1,000 views, 10,000 views, 50,000 views, 100,000 views, and now you're starting to do the math and you're going, whoa, my video that got 100,000 views of an almost all female audience now has 50,000 more minutes on it than it would have had previously. And so this is very powerful because what YouTube is recognizing is the females are watching longer. And I studied this not just on my own channel because I thought, well, maybe it's a one-off. I looked at this in other people's videos, even if they weren't talking about it, and I saw their analysis when they were going through analytics, and I noticed this trend. I'm like, wow, the females are watching longer, and YouTube knows that. So they are now catering to more women, which makes perfect business sense, because the more they keep people on YouTube and the more they give female content creators that power to have large audiences, the more money YouTube's going to make. So this is not a bad thing. This is actually a very good thing. I haven't seen YouTube come out anywhere and talk about this or admit to this, but you know, for me at least, it's very clear from the data that this is something that is happening and taking place. And so if you're a female content creator, right now is the time to get going. And it's the time for everybody. Like, don't, even if you're a guy, don't be discouraged, right? I think it's great that female content creators are getting a push now that they never got very much of previously. And don't worry about saturation in your niche, because you know what? Otherwise, nobody new would start a channel, because there is nothing new under the sun. Everything has been done 1,000, 1,000,000 times before, just with a different spin, a different version. There is no reason you can't get going on your channel now. So don't worry about the saturation. Get your ideas together, start to prepare your channel, your content, your layout, get all the important elements together, and really start to work on your ideas for the coming months and into next year, because I have a feeling that the next couple of years on YouTube are going to be really, really big years, and a lot of YouTubers are going to have opportunities to really take off as well. So with that being said, I'd love to know what your thoughts are on the data, the analysis that I've presented. I'd love to know if you feel the same way, if you've noticed this trend. Do you think it is happening? Do you not think it is happening? Share in the comments below. Make sure you leave your questions for future Q&A videos that I will pull the questions, give you guys shout outs. I love hearing from you and what you guys think too. And if you want to keep on learning about YouTube and all kinds of awesome YouTube related items and how to grow your channel and use strategies that are really effective, then make sure you stick around in the coming months and watch these videos on the screen right now. They're going to really help you grow your channel. Thank you so much for watching today, and I'll see all of you in the next video.